Nancy Mace can't stop embarrassing herself. Not surprisingly, she was literally begging for an endorsement from a predator, only for him to betray her in the most hilarious way possible. Because Nancy committed the ultimate sin as far as Trump is concerned. What the hell was this woman thinking, posting this strange AI video of her and Trump giving a thumbs up? I mean, I know narcissistic grifters can't help themselves, but oh my God, is this embarrassing. Nancy thinks that an AI video of Trump is actually going to make us believe her that Pamela Evette was not endorsed by Trump. Do not believe her eyes, she says. But it doesn't look like Nancy was able to convince anyone of her lies, including Donald Trump.
Trump announces his endorsement of Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette in a post on Truth Social. The president praised Evette's experience and her support of his 2024 campaign. Trump called Evette a good friend, fighter, and winner, adding she would be a terrific governor for the people of South Carolina.
The mace is sprayed. Nancy is cooked. She knows that Trump's endorsement of Evette is a death sentence for her political career. To me, her career was over after she showed us those beans and Kyle Kulinski roasted her. And it didn't take long to see Nancy turn on the waterworks and start crying foul.
Congresswoman Nancy Mace is now responding after President Trump formally endorsed Pamela Evette for South Carolina governor. South Carolina Congresswoman and gubernatorial candidate Nancy Mace putting out a statement shortly after that endorsement. It says in part, "We have a state that's corrupt and a system that's broken." She adds that it's been that way for the last decade since Evette has been in office.
The lizard lady is in an all-out panic because she knows what's coming for her. The end. She foolishly thinks now that she can get us on her side by reminding us that she was one of the only Republicans to vote to release the Epstein files. But by the sounds of it, it doesn't seem like even Nancy is convinced this is going to work. She said, "I voted to release the Epstein files. Both parties blocked me. Hold the line." Hold the line. Hold the line against who? Oh, that's right, Trump and his MAGA goons. She's telling everybody to support her, but she's not even brave enough to say who is the one taking her out. And if this hold the line strategy didn't work for the much more popular Thomas Massie, then it sure as hell isn't going to work for Nancy Mace.
Well, I want to ask you about some of the issues now, Congressman. As you know, this week we did see Republicans in Congress actually reject some of President Trump's priorities, refusing to vote on funding for both his ballroom and that $1.8 billion so-called anti-weaponization fund. Some of the strongest opposition, quite frankly, that we have seen from members of Congress, Republicans, to President Trump to date. Do you think that the party is beginning to break with President Trump?
Well, listen, they're worried about their own political mortality. It's true you can take out Republicans in primaries, but Republicans are going to be very vulnerable this fall.
Miss Let Me See Your Genitals Before I Let You Use the Bathroom isn't going to win support from anybody to the left of her, and now she's burned a bridge with everyone to the right. We don't like either her nor Thomas Massie for being MAGA light, even though we can recognize that they objectively did the right thing with the Epstein files. What we also see is the Epstein files are exactly why they're getting ousted. The sense of betrayal you can feel from Thomas Massie is palpable.
I think the biggest crime I committed against the swamp, Kristen, was showing the American people that somebody on the right could join somebody on the left and get something done, which is releasing the Epstein files that everybody knew needed to be done. That's probably the only bill that's passed Washington, D.C. in the last 10 years that lobbyists haven't written. It was written by me and Ro Khanna, and we used the pressure of the American people to cross the aisle and get things done. That's when they decided I had to be taken out, that I was becoming effective, so they wanted to eliminate me. And by the way, they couldn't buy my vote in 14 years, so they bought this seat. This was the most expensive race in congressional primary history. And at the end of this race, we were spending more per day my side and the opposing side, we were spending more per day than most entire congressional races are spent for the entire cycle.
So obviously, it was because the Epstein files. I mean, I don't know why either of these populist right-wingers thought that their party would reward ousting predators. Read the room, dude. Do you know what party you're in? The entirety of the GOP, Guardians of the Pedophiles, is made up of either child diddlers or adults with the brain capacity of children. That's why this closed-door bullshit hearing from Pam Bondi was so egregious. I mean, just listen to the joke of an excuse that she gave us. I did not lead every aspect of this effort. I delegated oversight to Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. This round robin of pointing fingers that the Republicans do only works with their moronic base. All of us with functioning frontal lobes, we can see what she's trying to do here. And luckily, we had some eyes and ears on the inside.
Today's ridiculous charade has made astonishingly clear that the United States Department of Justice has been weaponized by Donald Trump to ensure that the most massive cover-up in American history is carried out. And this is being enabled by Republicans in Congress, led by Republican Chairman James Comer and Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. This entire Epstein investigation, led by Chairman Comer, has been absurd. We have 2 legal subpoenas against former Attorney General Pam Bondi. She is supposed to be here under oath today on video, answering questions for the American people about her role and the direct hand that she had in this cover-up. Instead, she is deflecting, she is refusing to answer questions, and she continues to refuse to answer specific questions about the President of the United States. It is so clear that whether it be Pam Bondi, whether it be Chairman Comer, whether it be Mike Johnson, the entire party is terrified of Donald Trump and his retaliation as it pertains to the cover-up of the Epstein files. It's unacceptable. It is notable that she continues to blame Todd Blanche and Kash Patel. We, of course, want to speak to them, but I think what I want to make clear to the American public and to everybody, and to the survivors especially, is that we are not going to give up on this. I think Republicans believe that they just kind of carry out these nonsense transcribed interviews and don't show up here today, that we will forget about this. We are just getting started as it pertains to accountability and justice for the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and any other rich and powerful person in this country who perpetrated these crimes.
I want these people in jail. I want them under the jail, under the mantle, if we can manage it. I mean, it's about time that these poor women and we, the people, get justice, the justice that we deserve. This is U.S. Democratic Socialists. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll see you next time.